As today we are rocking a little bit more with our boy Fleccas over at Fleccas Talks. But first, I want to say thank you so much to the 7 people out of all of my 500,000 subscribers who purchased hats. The 7 people who purchased hats that went to hatsforsale.com and put in LFR 10 for 10% off and got free shipping all over the United States. Thank you so much to you 7 people. That's an astounding number since we put out the first ad. Thank you so much. Now let's go ahead and check this out.
Yeah, it doesn't. Excuse me, sir, do you agree with this? Trump's not that bad? I disagree with you. He's not that bad, though?
He's really bad.
But he's not that bad.
He's really bad.
You think he's the worst ever?
Yeah.
You think he's done anything good?
I don't think the previous president was good either.
Me neither. Do you think Trump's done anything good so far?
No.
Not one thing?
But I don't think the previous president did either.
You're kind of a nihilist. You're kind of a nihilist. I agree with you there, but I disagree with you.
I think they're all working for the wrong people. All of them are. The Republicans and the Democrats are working for the wrong people.
Can you name one good thing Trump's done so far?
Trump in any way.
Can you name one good thing he's done so far, though?
Why?
Forget politics.
He's the president. He shouldn't be the president.
Who should be the president then?
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Hey guys, it's Fleccas. This week we're at CSU LA again to convince people that Trump is not that bad. We have an official setup here with a table and a tablecloth, and we're going to talk to these college kids and see if we can get them to agree that Trump is not that bad. Fleccas Talks.
With a table and a tablecloth, that was nice professional presented, bro.
Do you agree? He's not that bad? You don't care?
Cool,
hey, that's
bro.
better than no. Hello. Trump's not that bad? What? That was very nice to you. Sir, sir, glasses, sunglasses, sir. Excuse me, sir, do you agree with this?
She flipped them
Trump's
off.
not that bad? He's not that bad. That's what I'm talking about. 2 for 2.
Videos.
Yeah?
Good stuff, yeah.
Good stuff. I like your hair. I like the flow. I like the camo. Love what you're doing. Trump's not that bad?
I don't think so.
Hell yeah. Trump's not that bad. Do you agree?
No, but I'm not going to talk to you.
But do you think he's that bad?
I do.
Is there anything good he's done?
I said I don't want to talk to you.
All right. Then just don't talk to us.
Bro, then why did you stop directly in front of the table just to stare at him and eat your food that you want a man to look you in your eyes longingly as you ate whatever your snack was for the day? Huh? You wanted to longingly look in their faces while you ate your snacks? You wanted to make them feel uncomfortable? Ooh, I'm gonna eat all of this and make you feel uncomfortable. You're gonna feel you're gonna wish you never stepped foot on this campus after you finish seeing me eating all this snack. And I'm a smack and I'm gonna drool gonna come out my face and everything. People are weird.
I didn't know you were like a thing.
I'm not a thing.
Yeah, you were on the internet.
The internet, it's fake world. I'm just a guy in a vest.
So I didn't realize.
No worries. You want to talk about it at all? Do you have any concerns that I could yell to you? Like,
Bar to set is to be like not that bad as like the leader of the free world.
yeah. Because the media makes him seem like he's the worst person on the planet, and if you agree that he's not that bad, you're not progressive enough for the mob, and you'll get kicked out. That's why we do it.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
But like, he still should be the leader of the free world.
And he is, and he's doing a good job, better than the last 10 presidents we've had.
That's the tough debate.
Well, let's debate it. And you want to be on camera.
You see that? You see that? He said that's a tough debate, and Fleccas called him out on it. He said, then let's debate it. He was like, nah, of course nah. You don't have what it takes, bruh. It's okay. You know what I mean? This is what Fleccas does for a living. So if you get bullied in that arena, you're not going to look bad, but you will look good for simply having the conversation. Other people who know you would love to join in while you're up there. They would love to see what you got.
All right, here we are.
You came with like facts and you started to
Yeah, that's what.
I'd be spitballing.
Okay.
Oh, you're Fleccas.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, if you guys want to talk, I'm very nice and it's easy. We'll talk simple numbers, simple stupid stuff. It'll be fun. No worries if not. You let us know though, because I think you guys will come around to it.
I'm good, brother.
All right, keep it 100. Used to meet me on the east side, then with the windows up.
Good things and good people can track
Yes. Yeah, that wasn't great. I'm not defending that.
But that's pretty bad. It's not that.
So we have to elect someone who's never said. So we have to elect someone who's never said anything bad ever. Like, how does that work?
But I honestly, before he was ever gone into a political career, when I was a child, he had his television show. I was like, I don't like this man. He doesn't say nice things. He's not a nice person.
Nice doesn't matter, I don't think.
It matters to me.
But that's like a.
Of course, it matters to you because I don't want to say anything mean and I don't want to say anything sexist. Let me just, I'm going to talk a little later. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk a little later. He's not nice. He's not nice. We need someone nice to run the world. No, you don't. You need the complete opposite. You're like, think of your regular average day-to-day business, right? And think of the, I don't know, the supervisor who watches over that business or the owner who has to run that company. All of the employees, if he's super nice, he's going to get ran over. You're talking about somebody who has to run an entire country, the #1 country in the world. Can't be nice, man. He can't be nice. That's La La Land. That's ridiculous. That's like the most bubblegum fantasy world you can ever freaking think of.
So who did you vote for in 2016 then? Did you vote for Bernie Sanders?
No, I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Oh my God. Did this female say, he's not nice. He's not very nice. I always thought he wasn't very nice. Fleccas say, okay, so who did you vote for? Did you vote for Bernie? She said, no, I voted for Hillary Clinton. Okay, I thought you liked nice people because I was trying to, and I don't even know if Bernie Sanders is nice. I was trying to throw out someone who was nice, who people considered nice anyway. But you name Hillary. Come on, sis. Come on now. You know that's just ridiculous right there.
She's nice?
I think she is, yes.
Hillary Clinton, as a lawyer, defended a pedophile rapist and got him off and bragged and laughed about it. Is that nice?
I didn't want to debate.
I know.
I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change your mind.
Well, but to be fair, you had a nice claim as the reason for voting, and you voted for Hillary, who defended a rapist, who raped a child.
I'm saying he's not that bad. He is. He's not a good person.
But then you voted for not a good person in 2016, so you don't really follow that rule for yourself. You're just selectively applying it to Trump.
No.
Hillary called black people super predators. I
Yeah.
think that's really nice.
You know what's funny? Every single time people are trying to think of something to say about any of these politicians, they go straight to the daggone, what you call it, the greatest hits. What have people been saying about him? Super predator, grabbing by, what else? I like rubbing on babies. I like sniffing babies. They taught me all about roaches. People always go to the daggone greatest hits. The reason why they do that is because they're not paying attention to politics. They want to have an opinion and they don't want to look stupid. But as this young lady is, she decided to actually speak up, but she knows absolutely nothing about politics. He said that Hillary Clinton decided to defend rapists and got them released. She didn't even acknowledge it. It's almost like I didn't even hear it. I don't care. We're talking about, I told you I didn't want to debate this, but we're talking about Trump, not Hillary. And I still don't think he's nice. What about what he just now said about Hillary? Are you going to acknowledge that at least? Like, that's a conversation. Why y'all standing around the table? Y'all are standing around the table just to be a part of a potentially good debate or bit of drama between students and Fleccas because he got some clout. And you're just standing there. You don't have anything to offer. You're just throwing out opinions, ridiculous opinions that you cannot defend. Why are you there? Go to class.
Yeah, but she has, like, admits to things when she does something wrong and it doesn't matter to me for that, like, she was the most qualified. Like, he's not qualified for the job and I don't like him.
You think he's done anything good?
His policies either.
You think he's done anything good in office? Has anything gotten better since he's been in office?
I haven't actually paid any attention, so I have no.
So then,
And there you go.
okay.
And there you go. I've never paid attention. There you go, right
The
there.
Democrats talking about nowadays, they're talking about how we should eat and how
No, we can't eat meat, and
can't eat
we
meat,
want to eat
straws,
people,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're selling body parts of babies.
Yeah, what is that about? I mean,
Things took a dark turn in the last
it
month or so.
really did.
And there's no one running in 2020 that can actually be like a normal person on the left. It seems like everyone who is Yang or Tulsi Gabbard, they're just kind of like throwing them by the wayside.
To give Gabbard credit, though, recently I did see the post on Daily Wire. Shout out to Daily Wire. That that Gabbard condemns third trimester abortions. We have our pinky toe in the door, you know?
Yeah, that is really good. And the child sacrificing, Satan worshiping pedophiles are going to be pissed about that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay, man. That's honestly, that's okay.
That's okay with me too. What happened? Runny nose or bloody nose?
Bloody.
Oh, okay, get better.
You know, there's actually more conservatives in California than any other state in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Numbers-wise, that is just a ton?
Numbers-wise.
That makes sense. A lot of million people here. You, sir, quick question. Trump's not that bad. Agree? Not that bad? Not that bad? All right. I don't think any of these kids have ever talked to anyone before. Is that possible?
Permanent
What?
demand, the market. So right now, technology is
Okay,
what's
so
booming
what
in
if
the
it was
market.
just a regular gang member from here? Would that make
What the hell? Why did that person walk over there and spit and then try to run? What was that your protest? These kids are ridiculous. I'm talking about this one right here. This one right here with the cup. You see that one standing back here? Watch her ridiculous self.
So right now, technology is
okay,
what's
so what
booming in
if
the
it was
market.
just a regular gang member from here? Would that make a difference?
Nicer.
To you?
Yeah, you got like they barely got me. They got you guys pretty good. Is there anything that he's done in office that you can say
Spit on like 5 people.
is undeniably good? That was a good thing?
I don't pay attention to exactly what he's doing.
And there you go. A lot of people don't like him, don't know a damn thing about politics, don't pay attention. They just go by what they hear.
I think that regardless of what he's doing in office, I think the social unrest that he's caused in this country is undeniably bad.
Do you think the social unrest is because of the things he's doing or the way the media is covering it and the way the media is projecting it?
I think the media can be projecting it, but as a media student, I also don't feel that I don't feel like the media has done anything like outside of what it's always done, but how he conducts himself and interacts with the media is definitely what's causing the issue.
So, for example, the Find People on Both Sides in Charlottesville, that got blown up. Everyone's talking about that forever. They're still talking about that. And it ended up being pretty much like a hoax. Like he said, it's Find People on Both Sides. We're talking about the protesters and the counter-protesters. But he also said, I completely disavow the white nationalists, the white supremacists. Like those people should be disavowed completely. But everyone only heard the other part. There's Find People on Both Sides. Did you hear that in the news?
I did.
And did you know that he also disavowed the white supremacists and white nationalists right after?
I did, but there's something to be said about going like backtracking and saying like, oh, I disavow this, but at the same time you continue to say and do things that are supporting it, maybe not blatantly, but you're still supporting it.
What do you mean?
I mean, the fact that he even came out and said like there's fine people on both sides to begin with, like the fact that that even came out of his mouth, like you're the president, you should be tactful enough not to say something like that.
But weren't there, though? There's the people there who just wanted to protest the statue getting taken down, and there were people that were protesting those people. And the real problems were the white supremacists and the Antifa that fought out in the park. Like, there's fine people on both sides away from those people. That's what he was saying. And before he even did it, he qualified it and said, I completely disavow the white supremacists and white nationalists. They should be disavowed completely.
You had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly.
I didn't hear the full speech. So
if you were to rewatch that and see that in context, maybe watch the full thing through, would you maybe change your mind on that whole find people on both sides thing?
I might change my mind on that specifically, but I wouldn't change my mind that he does not know how to say anything.
They're kind of real.
Now, here's the thing. He said he doesn't know how to say anything. No, he doesn't communicate like you. Here's the thing. People who are super careful in every single thing they say, it's hard for me to trust them. Yeah, I understand. There's a certain type of way to communicate. You're supposed to read the room. You know what to say, what not to say. Nothing wrong with being careful like that. But when you're stepping outside your character just to present a side of you to people so that they not judge you, and you want to seem, the word that I'm about to say, presidential, now that's BS. It's disingenuous. And anyone who want him to do that or want anyone to do that need to live a little more, because clearly you're just extremely immature. Simple as that. He said he's in media. Basically, what he's saying is he believes all media. He believes that media does nothing but report truth and facts. Again, he has some living to do. He's already taken a stance against someone that he has absolutely no facts for. None. He's caused civil unrest. According to what? He's caused social unrest. According to what? Be specific. Man up. If you don't know what the hell you're talking about, maybe you should just shut the hell up. Just be one of the people that just walk by. I understood you had the balls to sit down and talk to Fleccas, which is nice and everything, but clearly you had nothing to offer. You had nothing to offer here, in my opinion.
Criminalize crossing the border? No. Should we give free healthcare to illegal immigrants? Yes. So I think that kind of prioritization is not like an America first approach. So maybe you don't agree with Trump, but you should agree that Americans should come first. Do you agree with that?
I agree Americans should come first, but what we're talking about is...
Do you agree that we shouldn't be incentivizing people to come here illegally, so no free health care, and we should criminalize crossing the border illegally?
I'm not saying we should criminalize it, but at the same time, that's the question that it's like, are we going to make them criminals or are we not going to make them criminals? But the reason people want to make them criminals is because, we have to put Americans first, but we're not thinking about Americans first regardless of the immigration issue.
So, illegal immigration, do you think that's a major issue going into 2020? Do you care about that? You live in California?
I mean, living in California, I don't think it's as big of an issue as, again, the media would like to make it, but at the same time, the people that are watching the media and believing it, not questioning it, especially the majority of the middle of the country that has no idea what's going on. And they're the ones causing the majority of the issues.
Well, how many people would you say are here illegally? What ballpark me on a number?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Give me a ballpark, come on.
A ballpark for the country?
How many illegal immigrants would you say are in the country? Give me give me a range.
Maybe 1 million. I don't know.
It's like 20 to 30 million.
Okay.
A Yale study says 20. They've been saying 10 to 12 for 15 years.
Why can we count it, but it's such an issue?
But the thing is, if you're going to tell me that it's not an issue and it's divisive and Trump doesn't really care about whatever, and you're telling me you think there's 1 million people here illegally, there's 20.
I understand why he's saying here, but why are you saying here?
Can I talk to her? I mean, she's kind of approaching. Do you want to sit with us?
I'm asking. I don't want to sit. I'm just asking him.
Okay. What's the question?
I said, I understand why you sitting here doing all this, but why are you sitting here?
Well, what's the difference between me and him?
Can I talk to you? Why are you sitting here?
Because I organized this.
You like this?
Yes.
He invited me here.
Yeah, I invited him.
You can hold this.
He's my guest.
I got it, actually.
Why do you support Trump?
Because he's actually doing things for the country. When he speaks, he's completely honest. And I understand that there is a stigma that Trump doesn't like people of color, that he says Mexicans are rapists, I get that.
Are you Mexican?
No, I'm Guatemalan.
He's a DACA kid.
Yeah, that too.
He's a DACA kid.
Oh, cool.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
So, so I get why people believe that. Mm-hmm. And really, the only reason is because that's what the mainstream media says. Okay. The mainstream media says Trump's a racist. The mainstream media says Trump's a sexist. He's an ableist and ageist, everything on the list. And I don't believe that's the case. I think his actions are very much different than what people portray him to be.
What do you believe?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you believe he's doing?
Well, like he was saying, the unemployment is down, which is a really good thing. Prison reform, that's like, when was the last time that we saw real prison reform change? I mean, he brought ASAP Rocky back from Sweden.
I missed the spoon.
It's right here. It's still here. I got it.
Spirit.
You can get that at shopfleccas.com. Not necessarily a plug moment, but there it is.
Time period, are we going to say?
I don't think it's necessarily going back to a year. I think it's going back to a mindset where America is the best country in the world. America is the land of opportunity.
We've never been the best country.
Do you know this country was built on slaves back?
Do you know how many countries were built on slaves?
Okay.
This country also abolished slavery. How many hundreds of thousands of people died to end slavery? Huh? How many white people died to end slavery?
Okay, some white people are.
Hundreds of thousands of people.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so why would you? I just don't understand. Why would you? Where are you trying to go with this? And I don't even have a problem with, because I understand that our paths don't align. You know what I mean? Like, I don't But with you, it's like, why do you sit here and do this?
You don't have anything to add to this. She has absolutely nothing to add to this. Why don't she just go to, like, people just keep on just wanting to waste time and just stand near the table or sit down at the table and act as if they have something to contribute. She has nothing. She always comes back to why. I mean, why are you doing this? What do you know about? Why do you support? Why do you this? I mean, it's not this. Does she try to give a fake fact that she knows is not a fact, but she wants to yell it and communicate it in a way as if she knows something. And the gentleman that just now sit down again, he also has nothing to add to it. I don't get these people, man. Just go about your business. Like, go about your business.
You're telling him because of his heritage, he can't be a Republican. That's like racist.
I'm not telling him he
That's
can't
like,
be
if
Republican.
I was like, hey, you have to like something because of the color of your
Trump?
skin, that's kind of wild. I would never say that to
Am I telling him
somebody.
he can't be Republican?
So,
Kind of.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, here we go.
It's very easy to frame it as racism from your end, and you know that. Because you know what she's saying is that you supporting Trump is against her own self-interest.
Yes.
But if I say something like that to you about anything,
I don't think it's true. I know that that's what she's saying, but I don't
understand that you're a DACA student and he's trying to stop DACA and the Dreamer
because
program
because it was an unconstitutional program.
So
it's not in.
so what you gonna do if he tried to send
not
you
in the
back?
president because it is not in the
What would you do if he
president.
tried to send you
It is
back?
not. It is
What
not.
would you do if he tried to send you back?
I would try to say, hey, let me stay. You know, but he's not doing that right now.
But
He's
what
not
would he
doing
do
that.
if he
But
tried-
okay,
why would you
okay.
want-
Okay,
No,
look, we
people-
can't have a conversation if
Okay.
you're gonna use what ifs.
Hold on,
What
hold
if
on, hold on,
what
hold
if
on,
Hillary
hold
was
on.
elected president and then she decided to deport everybody?
Hold on.
or go to war with
So-
Russia and there's a
so
draft.
What I'm saying is that what she is saying is that I get her what if, and her what if is relevant. Like that.
No,
is
it's not
relevant.
because Trump has said he supports
could be you,
dreamers.
though.
Trump has said he supports dreamers. Why wouldn't I be against illegal immigration? It's not good for the country. It's
not
inherently
being
not good for the
against-
country.
Being against.
What do you mean? Yes,
illegal-
yes,
like-
it does.
No, they don't.
Yes, it does. You know why America likes me? Because America is a country where you can come with nothing in your pocket and you can
No,
you can
can't.
do
You get
amazing
sent
things.
back.
You can.
You get sent back.
My dad came with 0
Your
cents in
daddy
his
still
pocket, and he
came,
has a
didn't he?
business now that
He
employs
came,
multiple
didn't he?
people. He can't do that
He
in
came,
Guatemala.
didn't he?
He can't do
He
that in any
couldn't
other
do that
place
at home,
because the
so why
United
would you
States is the
wanna send other
freest
people
country with the
home?
greatest amount of
Why?
economic
Because you wanna
opportunities.
be here.
Exactly.
You need to go
yes,
too,
but
if
at
that's the
some point, the
case.
United States has to
You
start
need to go
enforcing
too.
its laws.
We don't want you here either if that's the case. Trump don't want you here. We don't want you here. Period. That's the case.
Just because I'm DACA, does that mean that I can't start saying that I can't start being honest about the way things
What
are?
you being honest about?
That the Constitution needs to be practiced. That's why Trump is against DACA. Trump didn't say he's against Dreamers. He said from before he ran for president, Trump said that he supported Dreamers.
Hold on.
So you're a DACA student, right?
Yes.
So let's remove DACA. What happens to you?
I don't know.
His ass
Let's
gets
find
sent
out.
back home.
Let's find
Right?
out.
Right?
You know what we should do?
This question
You
earlier,
know what
and
we
he
should
said
do?
that-
How about
he said that he would ask to stay.
How about
He said, I would like to
He
stay.
wouldn't be
How
prioritized
about
on
we get-
deportations. He's a
Congress-
student. He's not a
how about we
criminal.
get
He has no
Congress
criminal
to pass
record. He
amnesty?
won't get deported.
That's like an honest, like,
He won't get
genuine
deported.
question.
Yeah.
How about we get Congress to pass amnesty instead of having the executive branch do that? It's unconstitutional. How about this? This is an idea. How about Congress does two things? We strengthen our borders, we build a wall, all right, so there's no more illegal immigration. Then Congress focuses on the immigrants who are here. All right? How about then Congress creates that pathway to legality that we want, right? But the legal way, the constitutional way. The only reason that Congress hasn't done anything like vote to strengthen the wall
Did you come
is
over
because
here
there's,
legally?
hold on, let me finish.
Did you come
Can
over
I
here
finish?
legally?
Can I finish?
Did you
Can I finish?
Did you come
Can I
over here
finish?
legally?
Can I finish? Let me finish though.
That's the question.
Let me finish. Okay? The only reason Congress hasn't done anything is because they want to bring in as many illegal immigrants as they can, then give them citizenship, and then turn them into voters. That's the only reason that Democrats do this.
That's some great replacement right there.
Well, it's literally the only reason Democrats do that. So how about we do things the constitutional way, where Congress votes to give people amnesty, where Congress votes to strengthen its borders the way it should. Let's find common ground, right? But the legal way, the constitutional way. Doesn't that make sense?
You're telling a country that told another country to tear down a wall, to build a wall.
That wall was there to keep people in. That wall is to keep people out, because that's called sovereignty.
He said that wall was built to keep people in. Of course they want to build that, tear that wall down. This wall is to keep people out. Wow. Okay, youngin. Youngin is nice.
First of all, your appearance, you're brown skin, right?
Yes, I am.
So you're brown skin, so you're already targeted. And then now that you're
How
saying
am I
that,
targeted? Because I'm brown.
because
Who's
of your
targeting
skin
me?
color. Well, Trump.
Why?
Trump is not gonna see you with your make great America whatever hat, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna keep him because he's on our side. He doesn't care.
When was
He
the
really
last time
doesn't
Trump
care.
said that he targeted brown people?
Didn't he just
He said a lot of
cages?
racial slurs. Like they're all right
Give me
here.
an example where Trump specifically said that he was going to target brown people, because that's what you just said.
Like, what? It's everywhere.
Where? Cite me
It's
one
everywhere.
example.
Okay, I
Cite
don't have
one
the flash
example.
in my mind.
Anybody?
But you can
It's everywhere, but I can't give you one example. It's everywhere, but I can. Okay. Then it's all. If it's all about $1, then give me one. Then show me one. Dollars are everywhere. Well, then pick one up and give it to me. What do you mean? I said you said you was gonna give me $1. You said they're everywhere. Pick one up and give it to me. What do you mean? Ridiculousness.
Anybody cite an example? Can anybody
Twitter,
cite
like,
one
it's like,
example? You know, the ironic thing is that Trump is the first one to actually do something about the cages, you know, about the family separation. You know, all of that was
Girl
going
ain't got
on
nothing to do.
way before he came into office. You know, Obama was there. You know, Obama didn't do anything about it. You know,
No one even talked about it at that time either, because they weren't just trying to like roast Obama at every turn. They try to get Trump for everything he does. So when you do hear about it for the first time, people freak out about the kids in cages. But that photo came from 2014. That iconic photo that was going around, and people just want to ignore that.
How do you know that it came from 2014?
They looked it up. It was on like an eight. It's true. Look it up.
Who looked it up?
The one of the
You
kids
sure
in the
that's
cages.
not fake news?
No.
Wow. Yeah.
1 second, please. I need it for my job. Trump's not that bad. Do you agree?
Not sure.
But do you agree the media is trying to make him seem like he's a monster?
Maybe.
And he's maybe doing some things that are undeniably good, that are better for the country than we were years ago?
A little bit.
Is there anyone that's running in 2020, Democrat-wise, that you can relate with and you like?
No, I haven't really been into it. Checked
Okay.
them out.
All I'm saying is he's not as bad as the media says. He's actually doing some really good stuff. 2020 is coming around. I think a lot of people that surround the political center are going to be voting for Donald Trump. I want you to consider it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I see the cross on your chest too. I got one too. God bless.
He's making friends all over the daggone university, and he's speaking to people who are directly affected. So I understand the passion that they have. The ignorance, I don't understand. Yes, I do understand. Yes, I do. They're interested in things that they're interested in. Right now, politics is nowhere near it. They probably feel like they'll pay attention to it once they're 30 or something like that. Right now, it's not on their mind at all. And they just go by what they've heard over and over and over again from the side that does not like Trump. That's pretty much what's going on there. But I want to hear what y'all got to say about this in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all.